for a greener Liberia, the Environmental Hour. Your voice, your environment, your future. Join Rufus Divine Cannon every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. only on Love FM 105.1. Together, we can protect our environment, create awareness, and build a cleaner, healthier, and greener Liberia. The Environmental Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 to 6 p.m. on Love FM 105.1. The Environmental Hour with Rufus Divine Cannon, giving the environment a voice.
I hear the call, protect the land that feeds us all.
Voices for the Green Liberia.
Media.
Rufus Divine Cannon.
Our land, our future, our responsibility.
Liberia, stand up.
From Moravia streets to the ocean shore, we see pollution like never before. Plastic in the drainage, dirt everywhere. If we don't act now, who will care? Our beaches crying, rivers in pain, garbage blocking every drain. When heavy rain comes pouring down, flood water spreads all around town. Holy Mary, I hear the call, protect the land that feeds us all. Together strong, hand in hand, we can heal our motherland. Green Liberia, rise today. Let's keep pollution far away. Plant a tree, keep water clean. Fight for a future fresh and green.
A clean Liberia begins with responsible citizens. Oh, yes, I love this so much. A clean Liberia begins with responsible citizens. Welcome to another fascinating time of discussion where we gave you insight of environmental issues, providing the information that you need to know. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are here from 5 to 6 right here on Love FM. And we are beaming live on the internet on Love TV Live and that of Voices for a Green Liberia Facebook page. So you are there. We love to say welcome. If you are listening, increase the volume. And of course, call a friend to tell a friend that indeed we are ought to learn new things. A lot of us, we just see things around us. We don't know the effect. And sometimes we know these things, but we play laissez-faire attitudes and our actions prompt the reaction of Mother Nature. So in this slide, Voices for a Green Liberia, VGL Media, is here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to enlighten you on the issues of environmental activities in Liberia. My name is Rufus Divine Cannon. Of course, I am the founder and executive director of Voices for Green Liberia. In today's edition of the program, we're going to be looking at something very important. You know, as usual, we'll say we can hear these things or we see the activities, but we don't know the meaning of these things, and we don't know what effect our action has on even ourselves. So in today's edition of the program, I'd love to say to all of you, welcome. And we get a buzz of our theme song, followed by our awareness message. And when we come back, we'll be looking at littering. What is littering? And what is the effect of littering from a Liberian perspective? Littering. What is littering? Yes, you want to know. Maybe you've heard it. And you can see on the street just a few days, 40 pieces of dustbins have been placed on the streets by the Monrovia City Corporation, and they're telling you stop littering. You want to know what are they saying? what it means, what kind of big boat that is speaking. We'll break it down right here today on the program, the Environmental Hour on Love FM 105.1. So we go straightly for our environmental message, and when we come back, we'll delve into details on littering and its effects on our society.
Our land, our future, our responsibility. Liberia, stand up!
Pollution is not just an environmental issue, it is a health issue, a community issue, a national issue. The future of Liberia depends on what we do today. Clean Liberia, Green Liberia. Join the movement with Voices for a Green Liberia, VGL Media, in collaboration with Love FM, educating, advocating, acting for a green Liberia.
In the drainage, the
Our land, our future, our responsibility. Liberia, stand up!
One plastic bottle can stay in the environment for hundreds of years. Plastic clog drainage pollutes beaches and harm animals. Please don't throw plastic on the ground. Reduce plastic use. Reuse what you can. Dispose responsibly. Say no to plastic pollution. A message from Voices for a Green Liberia, VGL Media, in collaboration with Love FM 105.1.
if we don't act now, who will care?
Our land, our future, our responsibility. Liberia, stand up!
Look around your community. Garbage on the streets, plastic everywhere. Land pollution destroys our environment, and blocked drainages causes flooding during rainy season. Use trash bins. Recycle. Join community cleanups. A clean community is everyone's responsibility. A message from Voices for a Green Liberia, VGL Media, in collaboration with Love FM 105.1.
If we don't act now, who will care?
Our land, our future, our responsibility. Liberia, stand up!
Our ocean feeds families across Liberia, but plastic, oil, and waste are destroying marine life. Dead fish, dirty beaches, damaged livelihoods. Keep our beaches clean. Protect our ocean for future generations. Healthy ocean, healthy nation. A message from Voices for a Green Liberia, VGL Media, in collaboration with Love FM 105.1.
Drainage dirt everywhere.
Oh yes, after our message, we love to say welcome back. For those of you who just joined us, this is the program, the Environmental Hour, right here on Love FM 105.1. If you just joined us, if you are following us via the radio, we say welcome. If you are following us via the internet, just leave your comments on the live feed. We will highlight them and read them out on the program. Yes, call a friend to tell a friend that indeed another time of learning, another time of passing on information that will safeguard our livelihood and our environment. So we said today we're going to be talking about something very important, and that has to do with littering. What is littering and its effects from a Liberian perspective? Okay, so let's give you a clear meaning of littering. All right, so littering is the careless, the careless. You very somebody when somebody tells you you are very careless, meaning you get care for nothing. Careless or illegal disposal. I will break it down easy. I will break it down small, and put it in our Liberian, tune. And then for the people who can understand, who are literate, yes, then we'll speed the people. So that's how we're going to be doing it henceforth. Okay. So say littering is the careless or illegal disposal of waste in places where it does not belong. So simply, they are telling you the way you not get care for the kind of things that will help safeguard your health. You just take that, you put it anywhere. Illegal means the people people ain't say you put it here, you go put it there. They're supposed to just put something somewhere in the open, anyhow. Hmm? So you take a debt from your home, you can take it and put it in our streets. You buy grumpy, you take the plastic, you just throw it in the street. You throw the grumpy there in the street. You take all the biscuit or the cane or whatever. You in the car. As soon as you finish opening the biscuit, you eat a biscuit, the next thing you throw it there in the street. That's littering. All right. So we'll break it down into components and we'll give you the effects from a Liberian perspective. Hmm? So let's go further with our lesson today. We'll provide you other information. There are so many good things. And let me use this time to say thanks to the government and the people of Liberia. You know, sometimes when we sit on the radio and pass on information, um, and there's not quick action taken, we feel that it's been our voices are not being heard or is wasting on doors back, like someone would say. But I've come to realize since I'm a biblical person and I came across this passage in the Bible directly told me hmm, my whole mentality has changed and my dealing when it comes to issues, most especially when I pass on information, has changed dramatically. Isaiah 60:22 say, when the time is right, God will make it happen, right? Mhm. For a couple of years, we sat on this platform discussing issues affecting Liberia. For a couple of years, couple of months, we sat on this platform talking about development in Liberia. And it took a long time. We couldn't see, our advocacy making sense by implementation. But later did we know that when the reform time comes, the things that we've been saying will come to fruition and it will come into play. Now the set time has come. So to pass on this information, I'm so overwhelmed that our advocacy for the beautification and the transformation of our environment, or what one may say, our historical sites, that attention will be placed in those areas that will create jobs for Liberians, that will create opportunities. Now the set time has come. I was just scrolling through the social media and I came across the information and a blueprint from the government angle through tourism authority and partners for the transformation of our historical site there, the island. We've been talking this thing time with our numbers. We even use our platform to call on even we, the citizens, to stop dumping dirt in our waters, especially from the city center, that historical site. We even propose, say, look, come to think about it. We can transform that historical site where people, when you come to this country, you will have the time to go and visit like other countries. You go and see those historical areas, and there will be exchange, money exchange. And that will benefit those that are working there in the country. Tourists will come, they will go and see those places. Many a times tourists will come in the country, they go and take free picture, they go and visit our area for free. But since the insertion of the authority, the tourism authority, we see drastic measures being put in place, creativity becoming a hallmark, and attention is being placed on our artifacts, attention is being placed on our tourist sites, and you just name it. So when I saw this stuff this evening, I was like, oh my God, yes, our voices are being heard. The set time has come. Oh, yes. So it's just the beginning of the beginnings. So it's left with you and I as citizens, with all of the developmental initiatives, those good old things that will be placed in that space, in other spaces. The maintenance depends on we, the citizens. You are living down West Point. You're living around the Vattown areas. You're living around the Slipway areas. Those of you that are living around those areas, the urge is yours. The responsibility is yours to maintain the sanity, to maintain the healthier environment. Yes, stop using our waters for your latrines. Stop throwing dirt from your homes in the water because you are right by the water, so you take advantage of that. Those that have businesses down the waterside area there, after your hard work or your sales, you just take the dirt that you created. You won't pay CBEs. You take it and just throw it in the water there. It changed our water color. Our friends who are disadvantaged, they're living under the bridge there. They go take the people dirt from the business area, their homes, and just throw it in the water. Now the set time has come that the narrative will be changed. Just the other day, the Monroeville City Corporation Mayor Sapphire, and a member from the Liberian Land Authority and that of the Public Work, they pay a visit at that site with the intention of clearing the waterfront. All of the garbage and things that people been throwing in the water, they will clear in the coming days. That's laudable. We appreciate the government and those relevant authorities and partners. With that being said, that's why we at Voices for a Green Liberia, we made ourselves available to pass on this information that people don't know. Yes, some of them, they know, but they do not know the details and how these things are being handled. And their own roles and responsibility in handling some of these developmental agendas, and even for their own health. So today we chose the topic littering and its effects. Littering and its effects from a Liberian perspective. So we told you earlier on, the definition of littering is the careless or illegal disposal of waste in places where it does not belong. So for example, throwing such as water, plastic on the street, that's littering. That's why you see some of you see the Monroeville City Corporation, these few days, they posted to major areas, especially in the Sinkhole and Central Town areas. They place these green cans there. It is intended for you, the commuters, the passerbys. When you buy a little candy or you buy a little chicle or you buy water, as soon as you finish drinking the water, the next thing you want to throw the bottle down. No, don't throw the bottle anyhow in the street. Take that bottle, walk to the nearest dustbin, that green thing you see on the rating MCC. Place that dirt you got in your hand, that water plastic or that bottle or whatever, the grumpy, the candy, or I mean just something. Take it and place it in there and you can go by your way. Let me share a little story with you, right? On yesterday, when I left the office on my way to church, I bought myself a bottle of water. It will be interesting to know that after drinking that water, so I held the bottle in my hands. So I asked the motorbike guy, "Oh, I'm going to AB Tower Road." And he said, "But you holding the bottle in your hand, you can't throw the bottle on the ground." I said, "No. How will I throw the bottle on the ground? I'm looking for the nearest area where they have the dustbin so I can place the bottle in it. Let us stop just throwing dirt anyhow in the street." He said, "Oh, yes, that's true. At least, the old man can be cleaning the place. Our set we need to maintain the place, the cleanliness of the place, so that our country too can be like other countries." I say, yes, at least our message is now going on doors back. People are learning gradually from our time we spend on the radio and our interaction with people in our various communities or wherever we find ourselves. So it has become a part of me now. I can be late in the night. So long I buy something, or there's something like water or plastic, something, I don't just throw it anyhow in the street. I will keep that thing in my. If it costs for me to reach to my house with it, I will do it. So that is why integrity, right? Doing the right thing, even when no one is around. That's integrity. So you too can practice the same. If I, Rufus Divine Cannon, can keep whatever that I have created or a bottle of plastic, water, this one, that one, and finish drinking it, and I will not take it and throw it in the street, I will look for the nearest dustbin and place it in it, or I take it to my home. You too can do the same. Let's say you are in that vehicle now. You just bought plenty chips. After eating the plenty chips, you got a plastic. The next thing some of you want to throw it out in the street. No. Just place it right within that vehicle. There's a pocket in the vehicle by the door. Some drivers nowadays, they have the dustbin right in the car. You place it there. Bottle of water, place it there. So when that driver reach the destination, before he gets another passenger, he will take that dirt and place it in the dustbin that is designated by the city government. If we continue like that, Liberia will be clean and green. That's why we at Voices for a Green Liberia will continue to advocate. We'll carry on these awarenesses. Money without money, we will do it, because you know why? We will also benefit from it. When Liberia is clean and green, that's become our pride. So, oh yes, I am a Liberian. Oh yeah, Liberia is one of the cleanest countries in the world. That proud, I would say yes, I contributed to the cleanliness of Liberia. So fast forward, we say some of the examples of littering is throwing sachets, water, plastic on the street, dumping garbage into drains, throwing bottles and food packages from vehicles, dumping waste in waterways, wetlands, and empty lots. A lot of you, because you see the place vacant, bam, you throw dirt, take the dirt from your home, you throw it. Just these few days, I learned that a major cleanup exercise was carried out in along the Japanese freeway there. So I thought it wise to pay a visit on that side to do my assessment. And interestingly, some of the mess that we used to see around there, where people would take the dirt and place it in the drainage, it had the drainage clogged, we saw it minimized. But yet and still, there are people who are still taking the dirt from their homes and placing it in the drainage. I saw that around the 72nd junction. I saw that around the Nizo area. I saw that just before I think the MP gas station or SP gas station around the Lone Star gas station area there. I saw that just before, just opposite the football field, the Jakarta football field. When I went further, before reaching Dover Bridge, the Amagashi area, the Blajina area, all those areas, I saw stockpile of dye right on the main road. The place those individuals just clean. So now it brings me to the place to understand that and get our city government to enforce the policies or those laws that are on the book. The city ordinance law needs to be enforced. So if you are living in those communities or you have a business area around there and you see those kinds of things, it is your binding duty. It is your social corporate responsibility. Let me put it that way. It is your responsibility as a responsible citizen to caution those who are doing those things. Make sure to put a stop to them. Someone talk about that internet people can do it. Broad daylight. These guys do these things. And some of you can be seated there and say, I'm a business. It is everyone's business. So we say, leaving wastes at markets and public places. Leaving waste at market and public places is also known as littering. Some of you say, oh, I get nobody to clear my debt. Let me burn it. Yeah. It is wrong. Burning garbage in communities is wrong. You need not to burn the garbage. As of next month, by the help of God, we're going to begin a journey discovering where our garbage ends up. Yes. The garbage you take from your home, the waste you take from your home, where it ends up. Is it going to be in the community or it is taken to a designated area or it's just placed in an illegal area? So we will do that investigative journalism style to uncover ends up. With that being said, let's move further with the issue of littering. We told you littering is the careless or illegal disposal of waste in places where it does not belong. We say some of the example of littering. We say throwing sachets, water, plastic on the road or in the streets, dumping garbage into drains, throwing bottles and food packages from vehicles, dumping waste in waterways, wetlands, and empty lots, leaving wastes at market and public spaces, burning garbage in communities. Those are all examples of what? Littering. Littering may look like a small individual action, but thousands of these actions create a major national environmental problem. We've seen it around us here. Merete or there, she throw in the street. Peter they enjoy in the street. Sekute they enjoy in the street. At the end of the day, all of those diets that are thrown in the street become a stockpile of diet. So now, let us look at Liberia sanitation. The situation with Liberia sanitation. Let's look at Liberia. Let's take Liberia as a case study because this is where we are. Liberia, our situation. Liberia faces a serious solid waste management challenge. Are we challenged? Yes. Those in authority can attest to that. The EPA, the Monrovia City Corporation, you have the Pittsburgh City Corporation, all of these municipal institutions, they are aware And they are facing these challenges. So we say Liberia faces a serious solid waste management challenge. Liberia's EPA says indiscriminate open disposal of waste is widespread in urban areas and requires cooperation amongst household, communities, service providers, and local authorities. Yes, this information was provided to us through the website of the Environmental Protection Agency. If you can recall, in October of 2024, the National Solid Waste Management Policy, from the angle of the Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia, came into being. So the government of Liberia has validated the much anticipated National Solid Waste Management Policy in line with the Unity Party's arrest agenda. The validation took place on Thursday, October 17, 2024. I'm providing you facts. At the headquarters of the Environmental Protection Agency in Cinco, when they were in Cinco in 2024. So the executive director of EPA, Mr. Dr. Emmanuel K. Ure Yakpawolo, stated that the policy was validated in response to the widespread issue of indiscriminate waste disposal in urban areas across the country. He emphasized that while local governments are responsible for waste management, the complexity of the task requires proper planning, organization, and cooperation between waste generators, local communities, service providers, and municipal authorities. Now, here we are. Understanding that just maybe that was at the end of last month or before the middle part of last month, the Monrovia City Corporation, in collaboration with CBEs, they were commissioned to carry on the responsibility of collecting waste from the various communities. And they were placed in zones. Yes. So in line with this policy, these people were placed in zones. So if you find yourself, you are a CBE, your responsibility is to go in the various communities, collect the waste from there, and carry it to a designated transfer station, where from that transfer station, the municipal government will go and collect the various waste that came from the community to the landfill. All right? So now, let's go further with our teaching for today. We are teaching and providing basic information as well. So the EPA has reported that Liberia generates more than 1.5 million kilograms of waste daily, with more than 84% inadequately managed. So tell me, we produce 1.5 million kilograms of waste daily just from the urban side. And 84% of that 1.5 million kilogram of waste, you have 84% not accounted for. It's not being adequately managed. So that means littering is not simply an issue of dirty streets. It is connected to infrastructure. It is connected to public behavior. It is connected to sanitation. It is connected to governance and economic development. Yes, this littering thing is not just an ordinary thing. Oh yeah, we just tell they man plastic, they man they biscuit. That one I will clean Liberia and me pick up right now in Ghana. Right now, as I speak to you in Ghana, you have young volunteers making sure that littering is managed. So if you think say you can just take dirt from anywhere, or you throwing plastic or your biscuit, just throw in the street, they will make you to clean that entire place. They will fine you. The citizens themselves, not even the security apparatus, but the citizens themselves, because they know what they felt from the flood these few days. They know what they felt. So the citizens themselves have taken the charge to implement the policies in line with the issue of littering. So you can just take dirt from your home, you just can't throw it in the street, or you just you get business area, you're not taking care of the place to clean that area. Come on. The people of that environment will make you. It is mandatory. All right? So let's understand this. Let's go to the next thematic area. We want to know why we Liberians litter. There are several factors that contribute to littering in Liberia. What are some of them? Poor waste disposal habit. Poor waste disposal habit. Insufficient garbage bins in public spaces. Blessing it for us, there was a donation made to the Monrovia City Corporation by one institution, I think Sherry something. They gave them 50 of those cans, and they took 40 and placed it in the various streets from Cinco all the way to Central Town. That is laudable. So if we can have, and you know, it is so much interesting. The last time I paid a visit in Central Monrovia with the Monrovia City Corporation, when we were carrying on one of the exercises on one of these Saturdays, the marketeers themselves, the Yana boys that are along not Johnson Street, but the Macklin Street area, they have their own trash cans. They bought their own trash cans and place after you in there. All of us can be far-sighted and act in this line. Our cities will be clean, because on a daily basis, whether rain or shine, we have our mothers, brothers, fathers, sisters. They are doing the cleanup exercise. We must commend them for it. And in so doing, not just commending them for it, but we must also support the efforts by keeping our environment clean. So another contributing factor to littering here, it has to do with irregular waste collection. The irregular waste collection is in line with the municipal government and that of the CBEs. You as a CBE, you were charged with the responsibility to go to the various zones that you are assigned to, go to these various homes, work with the community leaders, and make this thing a mandatory thing that every household should subscribe to you, the CBEs, in getting the waste from their homes. It's mandatory. Oh, I mean, I can't create that. The law. No home in this town will tell me that they cannot create that. So according to your waste that you produce, that's the amount you're going to pay, be it weekly or monthly. When these measures are put in place, we will see the issue of littering. We will see the issue of irregular waste collection be put on a hold. So let us think about this. Limited environmental education Now, this is it. This falls in the lap of these institutions. That's why we here at Voices for a Green Liberia say to all of those implementing partners, those implementing institutions, look, we are open to collaboration. That's why we did not just come into being since March 4 and have not regularized our status. We are fully registered with the government of Liberia through the business registry and that of the EP, that's the LRA. And we are working towards getting sectoral clearances and other things. So that if you do not have the manpower, or you are limited in terms of the creativity to get message across to the people, like what we are doing here, we are not being paid for this work we are doing. We are doing the work of the EPA at the same time doing the work of the municipal government, the MCC. What will it take you that we collaborate? Look, you guys have the airwaves, you guys have the creativity. Now, what we do here, now, this is a budgetary thing. So our budget is, now all we need to do, we want you guys on board. We have this education or awareness. Please carry on the awareness. Right now, you place the buckets in the streets. How many of our people know the word littering? So they just see the thing that they see as a design or a fashion thing. Without basic education, radio jingles, television advertisement, community awareness, stickers, and all those things. Not much publicity was done. So at the end of the day, the people will not take these things serious. They see it as just another bluff. Oh man, Safa, he just won't show up. Young Alan, he working. Why he put it in there? How long it will take? That Liberian man mentality right there. How long it will take? They just put it in there. How long it will take? So at the end of the day, instead of these things being very effective in terms of usage, it will just be seated there in the evening when the people sweeping, they take it and carry it back. In the morning, they bring it back. The scene empty. And you will see the dye just right around the same area that the bucket was placed. Because lack of education. I always say to people, information is as important as food, water, shelter, and medication. The more the people are educated, the better they become. The attitude change. And I'm going to say, when the minds are developed, the eyes will appreciate the works of the hands. So if we cannot work on the minds of the people, we can bring the skyscraper here, we can bring all of the machineries and other things. It won't work. They won't appreciate it because they are not mentally built. So we must be intentional. We must be intentional. So several factors contributing to littering, we've been listening, and now we talk about weak enforcement of sanitation regulations. We have good laws on the books, but the implementation is what is lacking. Rapid urbanization is a contributing factor to littering. Heavy dependency on single-use plastic is another factor that contributes to littering. The attitude of Liberians, that mentality, oh, I put it there and I want to pay in for. Well, I'm sure that they will not pay them, they will not work. So they are creating work for them. So let them clean it. Someone will clean it. When I put it there, someone will clean it. That mentality. Go Rwanda. Go other countries. You don't see those things. The people have even minimized the usage of plastic materials. When you see them using plastic, those materials are reusable. They have waste. Now, There is, right now in Ghana, there is a institution there that is on this recycling thing. They're creating the rubber tire. They're creating all sort of things from waste, plastic waste. What are we doing here? And we know that the Chinese have very good, accurate when it comes to machines that sort out these waste and all of to get in contact with these institutions or buy these equipment and bring them into the country. It's another form of economic benefit, job creation. The recycling thing, it has money. Now, we see plastic all over the place. Now, just go on the water bank there. You see a lot of plastic waste all over the place, bottles and things. Those things, if we had a recycling institution here, they collect those waste, carry it to the recycling area. And one of the things that is lacking, how to sort out our wastes. The organic waste, the plastic waste, you just name other. We don't do this. We just put everything together. That's why it makes things very rough and hard. So if we were providing the education to the people on how to sort your waste, it will make it easy. So the last time I checked, and that worked. Orange Liberia had this campaign on one plastic. So when you go and collect all of the plastic, you carry it to a designated area they have. They gave you, I think, football or something. They gave you something. And what they did, they created things out of it. You had the orange, they had the tower, they had the football, and the shite and things created from plastic wastes. We can imagine that. We can bring that on a high scale. The government can get engaged with that. Make our brothers basic. Say, look, now say you okay, the less fortunate guys something. Or our challenged brothers collect bottles. Collect these bottles. The more bottles you bring, the more money you make. Collect the plastic from the streets. The more plastic you bring, the more money you make. You will see. People will start collecting, even the one that are not even in the range of physically challenged brothers or the disadvantaged brothers and sisters. You will see them, they will join the bandwagon. Everybody will be collecting the debt from the street because it is a form of revenue generation. Then with that same plastic waste, you can create a lot of things. Our schools now, they are suffering from desks, benches. You can create bench, you can create desks, you can create all sort of things from the plastic waste. And these institutions, like the mineral water company, the Damo, the Aqua Life, and you just name all of these companies that are producing the water and things around here. They should be held liable and contribute to the collection of these stuff from the various streets. So since the man say, okay, I'm the owner of Aqua Life, I'm producing the plastic bottles and things. Now I get my agents in the field, go in the field and collect all of the Aqua Life bottles. You bring it, we pay you. You know what's going to happen there? Okay, then the other people, Damo, mineral water, all these mineral water companies, though, you do the same. Right there, it would help to minimize some of these littering that we have all over the place here. We get plastic materials, and plastic can stay 500 up to 1,000 years. It won't decay. You see plastic all over the streets. It makes the place so indecent. So let's go further. We got a lot to talk about littering. So the attitude of people saying someone will clean it, so I will throw it there, it should stop. So now let's understand the relationship between littering and that of flooding. Did you know that one of Liberia's most visible consequences is flooding? Yes, from littering. The consequences from your littering, the most visible consequences has to do with flooding. So when plastic bottles, food waste, and other materials enter drainage system, they can block the flow of some water. They can block the water. Like what our people are doing, or they are doing along the Japanese freeway, and you just name all of the communities. It can block the water. So we must understand this. During heavy rainfall, the water won't have a safe passage because we have our people throwing the waste in the drainage. So let's understand the relationship between, or the effect that littering has, or contributing factor in line with public health. Littering creates environments where disease vectors can thrive. Poorly managed waste can contribute to the breeding of mosquitoes, contaminated water, increased risks of waterborne diseases, radiant and flies, unhealthy living condition, injuries from broken glass and sharp materials. You're littering. That's why it produces. Liberia's waste sector assessment identified linked between improper waste disposal, water contamination, and increased risks of malaria and waterborne diseases. If you don't know, now you know. A dirty environment eventually becomes a public health problem. The people in Soniwen, the people in Do community, West Point, Claratown, the how you call it? Buse Quarter. The last time I paid a visit there, I felt so bad. all these areas, they are prone to public health problems because the diet of the dirtiness of the environment, it puts their life at public health risk. Lack of information on these things. Our people, now you go to the hospital and you do a statistic of the number of people that are coming down with malaria, typhoid, and related diseases or illnesses. The dirtiness of the environment is a major contributing factor to the illness. You got the rats coming from the garbage you've created, the littering that you have all in a place. The day the rat come from there, enter your home, you go play on your food. You know the rat finish playing, you pee all inside your food. Then you take it. Some of you don't even wash your dishes before you use it. You go eat that food. You come down with typhoid. The mosquitoes, that dirty water you get sitting down behind the hall, all around the community, the mosquito itself as a breeding ground for the mosquitoes. In the evening, you can't sit down outside again. The mosquito feeding coming out in the numbers because that environment is dirty. When mosquito bite you, it leaves behind malaria. Did you know that you are a major contributing factor to your health problem? You are. So your dirty environment eventually becomes a public health problem. Now, let's come to plastic pollution. Plastic is particularly dangerous because it does not disappear quickly. In Liberia, common litter includes sachets, water plastic, plastic bottles, food packaging, shopping bags, disposable cups, straws, and other single-use materials. They are common in terms of our littering. So the EPA 2025-2029 strategic plan identified improperly discarded sachets, water plastic, and plastic entering rivers and wetlands as significant environmental problem. Yes, you identify it. What is the solution? So that means we are good at identifying these things. Are we aware that these things are contributing factors to a lot of things in our country? Yes, they are aware. But what are they doing to get these things under control? That's where the problem is. They identify it. The EPA 2025-2029 strategic plan identifies improperly discarded sachets, water, plastic, and plastic entering rivers and wetlands as significant environmental problems. They identify it. Go along the second in the mangrove there, you see the plastic all stuck up in the mangrove. When it rains, go to some of these areas. Go to the island there, even across to water side there. See the stockpile of plastic. Let us understand that